we're just gonna rock this whole episode. I don't even care. I don't know what we're doing. So explain a little bit about what we're talking about here.
We're talking about the paranormal and how I'm a believer and he's a skeptic.
Hold on. Now, before we go any further, I want to make a point to say that I'm not fully one way or the other. If you've been listening to our podcast up to this point, you would know that I kind of, it depends on the situation. Like I really analyze things for what they could be, and then I make a decision based off of that. If I can't truly explain why it happened, then I lean more toward the believer side. But still, I don't ever go 100%. I don't know that I ever could go 100% unless I had some crazy stuff happen.
I could go 100%. I could do it.
I couldn't. I can't. I just I want to. I want to have something happen so bad that just make. But at the same time, I don't know. That might really damage me if I have something happen that breaks everything that I truly believe, which is maybe it's out there, maybe it's happening. I don't know. I've not experienced I've never had a demon appear in my room. You know what I mean? If I
Yeah.
had that kind of experience, I would be 100%, yeah, all real.
Mhm. Okay. So explain the situations you've had at your house. When you were in your back room and you thought you had a grenade and the kids coming home. How is that? How could you theorize that as not being like paranormal?
I live close to the woods.
Okay.
There's animals, there's my neighbor. Things can make noises that might sound like what, I would be familiar with in a quick second. If maybe I hear a car pass or beep the horn to the neighbor's house they're going by, it might sound like the kids, giggling or playing or Renee saying something, real quick. So because I wasn't in the room and it happened in the room with me, I'm more inclined to say it probably wasn't paranormal because there's a lot of other things outside of that it could have been.
Okay, what about the music box situation?
Music boxes have a spring. Whenever you wind them tight, they that's how they spin. That's how they were designed. They don't always completely unwind whenever you play them, so they kind of retain some tension, and sometimes that tension is lessened because of temperature changes in the room. you know Metal will expand and contract as it gets cold and warm, so it's going to play at random times. I've had that happen before. Is it weird that it happened in that moment and I had thought not long before that we was probably going to have some kind of experience like that? Yeah, that's a little strange, but I can
Like,
explain why it moved.
you got a point. You got a point with that whole metal contracting and combining, but out of nowhere, and it
Out of
hasn't died
nowhere?
since. It's kind of
Well,
weird.
it's not like it's out of nowhere though, because we were cleaning the bedroom, so we
You were
was
moving,
moving things
yeah.
around. Yeah, so maybe she bumped it. There was clothes laying on top of it that she was digging through to see if there was. She was looking for something that was a part of that, because it broke off. But maybe her moving the clothes bumped it enough just to be able to play a little bit.
Okay, I can get behind that. You didn't tell me that part, but yeah. Um, so you really never had too many paranormal experiences that would be like that is paranormal. I'm trying to think
I've
of some.
I've had things happen that I couldn't explain or that was strange. For one that's in particular I think of is, well, actually two, sort of. Whenever we seen the ball in the museum,
Hmm.
I found that to be strange, but also we was in a barn that was real old. There could have been a draft. There was a lot of bugs around that was flying. around our lights that could have bumped into it and rolled it. And the other thing is at the museum still is, and my grandma experienced it as well, and it was the static. I don't know if you felt it at all, but there was a static that would kind of brush up against you in the middle of a room, and it almost felt like you walked through cobwebs or spider webs or things. So it was strange. It was weird to have that feeling in the middle of that room.
Now, how would you explain that?
That one's a little harder to explain unless I actually walked into something, and I don't think that I did. So I can't explain that one.
No, I get that. So I've had a lot of weird paranormal experiences in my life, which makes me a believer in it.
Yeah.
I've had the screen. I've seen things. I've witnessed a lot. So I'm a definitely believer in the things I've witnessed.
Yeah. And that's cool. I wish I could be. But there's some things you've brought to my attention as well that you've believed that made me still go, I don't think so.
Which is what?
Well, that voicemail that you got that one day we was heading into the woods.
Ah, yeah. See, I see. I still believe that. I've, I showed that to a bunch of people, and they're like, "That's weird."
Definitely weird. But I've we've heard a lot of different paranormal evidence, right? And
Yeah,
I've not heard anything that sounded as good and as clear as what was on that voicemail.
I don't even have that fan with me. I would play it right now.
I
Oh
think
wait,
you've played it before
it
on the
is
pod.
on my new thing because I sent it to my dad. Um, I do have it.
I can hear Blippy in the background.
Damn, Flippy. Do it one more time.
No. Hey,
Nah.
yeah. No, see, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think somebody was messing with you.
But how?
If I call your phone and I
Yes.
hit I don't know, star zero or something like that, it'll send me straight to voicemail. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I'm not sure how that works. But okay.
Because you remember, I don't know if you remember a long time ago, you used to be able to call your phone number or something like that to check your voicemail.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
that that's the same way. It was like to send yourself straight to voicemail.
Here you go.
I don't know. I mean, everybody's gonna have their own opinion on that one. And mine is that somebody was messing with you.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody did. I mean, I've had weird stuff happen with my phone before that
Here.
was weird and unexplainable.
Yeah, is it though?
Unless someone hacked my phone somehow, I think it's hard to do. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I go with my gut feeling a lot of the time. My gut is telling me that's not a paranormal thing.
No, I know. Your gut is usually like 99% of the time.
But I'm not saying I believe to an extent that I want to believe. I want to believe. I do. I really do. But my will not allow me unless I cannot explain it.
Okay, so for an example, if that came through my phone like that, EVPs are the same thing. It's a recording of somebody's voice.
It's an electronic voice phenomenon. Yes.
Yes. So, besides the phone call and that, and it comes through the phone like that, what's the difference between an EVP from a digital recorder and that?
EVP from a digital recorder. So my theory with that is that you're hearing mainly ambient noise, which is white noise. If you want to hear something, if you're looking for something specific, you're listening to the audio for weird noises, voices, and like that. If that audio recorder does anything weird with the audio that it's recording, as far as skips, glitches, or drops volume, or changes anything within the frequency range that makes it sound like something could have possibly been said, the human brain will pick that up and analyze it as words. And then we go, oh, it said leave.
No, I get that. I mean, but if it's something clear as day like that, then how do you explain that?
That's something again, did I record it or did somebody else record it?
You recorded it.
If I recorded it and I knew that I was the only person in that room and something came through that was as clear as day, there's no way that I could really explain that. But for example, the whistle down at the water the one night, I'm skeptical about that to an extent. I feel like it was one of us breathing weird. And it just so happened to sound exactly like my whistle. You're muted.
Yeah, I know. See, I believe that whistle was something. That was not. I don't think it was me or you.
I want to believe that, but from where I was standing, it sounded like it came from your direction, and it didn't have an echo, which means it was close, and it's close to the camera, which was you were the closest to the camera.
Yeah, but we've had whistles out there before too. Or is that the only whistle that we have?
I think that's the only whistle we've heard.
Okay.
We might have heard things that we've thought sounded like whistles.
See, I don't. I think that was something. I think it was.
I want to believe that it was, but I can't say for sure that it was. That's like why whenever we explain these experiences and stuff to people, I try to explain it in a way that is like, I'm not saying it was Bigfoot, but it was definitely some activity that would fall in line with that.
Yeah, no, I do the same thing. I'd be like, I might have had a Bigfoot experience, but I'm not sure.
Right. Like that night when we were there at the cemetery and we had seen those weird lights. It was dark. We was out there a ways. We had walked a long ways to begin with. Could we been looking at something that was just in the eye? Maybe. I don't think that we were because I think that they were lower on the hill, but I'd have to go back out there and really get a feel for how the land is laid out to be able to understand where those lights were coming from.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Hello.
Um, why? Um,
Old, 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 old.
I can't focus with you sitting right here. I've been talking in my hat. God, you know, made me leave my train of thought. What was I gonna say? So, if you ever seen a full body apparition, how would you feel about that?
How would I feel about seeing a full body apparition? It would depend. It would depend on if I was by myself, two, if there was any street activity, anything happening outside the building, or I mean, I guess you could see it outside as well, but if you're, like I said before, if you're looking for something, you're gonna find it.
Yeah, no, you're right. But if you're just walking, say you're walking down your hallway, just not even like thinking about anything, and all of a sudden you see a person standing right in your hallway, and you know your house better than anybody, and you're just seeing someone standing there that's not there. How would you explain that?
That I couldn't explain unless somebody broke into my house, which then we have a conversation to have. But if I was walking down the hallway and I had seen a full body apparition or something, yeah, that would probably freak me out. First, I would probably think more so that somebody broke into my house, but then after, probably trying to battle or however that's going to happen, hopefully I just, tell them to leave and they just disappear. That would be scary. If I was like, you need to get out of here, and then they just vanished. That would be terrifying. I would probably leave the house. But I've not had any experiences like that. And it's kind of sad in a way because I was just telling Renee, I feel like I've become so desensitized that even certain scary movies and stuff don't do, like, I enjoy it, for what it is. But I don't know about you. There was the feeling of being scared or paranoid or just that rush, that thrill of, oh my gosh, that ghost might be down the hallway in the bathroom, or it might be just around the corner in the bedroom. I like that feeling. And maybe not in the moment whenever I was younger, but now that I'm older, I kind of miss that feeling. And I can't
Yeah,
get
because
that.
like when you're watching a scary movie, like I know when I watch a scary movie, I'm like, it's there. Like I know it's right there.
Hmm.
And mostly when I don't get scared of watching scary movies. I get jump scared. If something pops out at me,
I
that's
don't
when
even
I jump.
really. I don't even I mean, sometimes I almost expect it. Like I see. I was just telling Renee this the other day. I've seen the pattern of how stories are told that
Hmm.
I can predict what's going to happen next. And I told her, I said that I can't enjoy certain shows and things like that anymore because I've seen it. I've seen it before in some different way. It's
Hmm.
the same story told with different characters, or maybe like details are slightly different. So, and I'm worried that as time goes on, we're gonna run out of things to like everything that could be experienced is going to be experienced. Everything that's every story that has been told is going to be told in some way, shape, or form. And I'm afraid that I'm gonna get bored. I'm not gonna have it. That's why I watch things about aliens and Bigfoot and ghosts, because there's no definitive answer about it. And I can still be surprised. I can still be entertained by it because I can't necessarily predict what the people are going to experience in the show or in the movie or the documentary or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta know what's coming next.
Yeah. But yeah,
And
jump scares. That's one of the things. I don't really I can see it coming. I see how the content is structured to make you sit there and look at it and go, "Ooh, what's about to happen?" And then before you know it, you have this thing running out from underneath the couch with sharp teeth coming at the screen. It's like, well, I knew that something like that was going to happen. I was ready
yeah,
for it.
there are some movies though that I when we saw I think it was the last Conjuring movie. Um, I'm not sure if you remember it at all, but when the dog is trying on dresses or something like that, and she's in the room with all the mirrors,
It's been a minute since I've seen it, but I
and,
kind of
so,
remember.
and something pops out, and I'm like, something's gonna happen here. Like I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just it. And I see it with a lot of things, a lot of content that's on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube, and I see it in the movies. I see the patterns and just the structure of different types of stories and the story that's told. It's like, oh, it's a ghost story. Oh, well, sure, there's going to be somebody that's either possessed, or there's going to be some kind of artifact that kind of brings it on, or just
Mhm.
those little things that make it go, oh, it's another ghost story.
Yeah, no, I get that. See, I've seen a lot of things to make me believe. I've seen full body apparitions. I've heard weird shit. I've witnessed some weird shit, and it's just
Yeah.
like that's not. I mean, the one thing my dad tried to disclaim is not, but the scream that could be explainable if
Yeah.
you want that. Like it could have been a rabbit getting killed,
Yeah.
but that doesn't sound like a rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's why I'm so antsy to like want to be able to regularly go and investigate something,
You want to witness
because I well, I mean I do, but I don't. Like I feel like witnessing something would truly put me in a different kind of mindset that may be damaging, but at the same time I'm chasing that feeling
something.
of paranoia and thrill. And here's the thing, what's funny? This is stupid. You're gonna laugh. Um, I can't go out by myself.
It's
I
different
It is
by yourself.
extremely different. Yeah, I went out to the cemetery at nighttime by myself once, and I was gonna film a video. I was like, well, I think it was a night that you wasn't able to go, and I really wanted to go, so I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm going by myself. And I got there and I shut the car off and I sat there in the cemetery and I just looked around and I thought, ooh, ooh, feel very vulnerable,
Hmm.
extremely vulnerable. And I got out and I walked around a little bit. I walked down the road and kind of back up, and I thought, I just felt like something was with me. So I mean, I was getting that same feeling of paranoia and thrill, but at the same time, I think I want to share it with somebody. I want to share it with
Hmm.
somebody.
You want to
And
share the experience.
yeah, and I can't if I'm with somebody else, I'm in more of a mindset of, and it's not that I do it on purpose, and I think it's because I'm with somebody, so I feel like I can let my guard down and I'm not as vulnerable. And because I'm able to let my guard down and not be so vulnerable, I can think clearly a little bit better. So
No,
whenever we
I'm
do
the same
hear,
way.
yeah, so whenever we
Hmm.
do hear noises and stuff like that, I can take a moment to be able to debunk it before the paranoia and thrill sets in that I kind of enjoy, so then I never feel it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way because it's eerie being out there by yourself in
Yeah,
cemeteries and stuff like that.
it
Even
is.
down by the lake, it's eerie.
Yeah,
The dark is eerie,
yes, it is.
no matter where you are.
Hmm. Wonder why
If
that
you're
is.
alone in the dark, it's eerie.
What? Why is that?
I think it's just, I think it's just a state of mind.
So you know what? I think you're probably right, but I don't know. That sucks because I think about like whenever I go or whenever I used to go hunting with my pap. At that age, walking around in the woods with him, I was still kind of like, kind of like
On
looking over
edge.
my shoulder. Yeah, he'd always get on. He does to shut your light off. Oh, why? We don't need it. We're not walking through the woods. We would sit in the middle of the woods in the dark, complete dark, and just sit there and listen and wait for the dogs to start barking to go, shoot the coon or whatever. But I don't get that whenever I'm out in the woods with somebody now. Now, if I go out in the woods by myself, that's whenever I feel it.
Mhm. It's the being by yourself.
So then that's the only way that we can investigate. We can only investigate by ourselves in order to truly understand what paranormal activity is.
See, I really miss paranormal activity even I wasn't when I was with somebody.
Now, that series of events that happened at Ross House when we were with Fayetteville, that
Your mic
we weren't
echo.
there that night.
Thank you.
Night that I went. Oh, you still there? You hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Internet's being weird. We're having a lot of wind. Oh no, it's still doing it. There we go. Can you hear me? You're froze.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Still
go
doing it.
out. I bet.
No, I'm just thinking still.
Okay,
But
it's
maybe
back.
you first.
Um, that night that I went with Faye West out to the Ross house, he was working, I think, and we had a series of events that was strange in itself. But whenever you seen them play out in real time, it kind of makes you go, "That's weird." Because and it's up on their YouTube page. I don't know if we'd be able to grab it and link it, but it it was in the furniture room. I remember I was sitting on the far corner of the room, and they were kind of doing in the middle of the room doing an Estes session, and then there was some stairs and another room at the top of the stairs, and I remember I thought I had seen a shadow. I thought I seen a shadow pass the um, up by the top of the steps. And about
Hmm.
that time, Connie had said something from the spirit box about it's about time or something like that. And Chris was saying some things that was relative. And there was another lady there. I can't remember her name offhand, but her husband had passed away not long before going to on that investigation. And she went to go check. I told him, I was like, I think I seen a shadow up in that other room. Well, she got up and she went to go check. And on her way back, she said, there's nothing up there, but it feels like my husband's with me. Now, if you look back on the footage of her walking back to the table, you can see an orb following her from that room. And then she sits down. Connie says something through the spirit box. The orb floats down around her, goes over by the what's the REM pod? Both REM pods go off. Connie says something about see you later, and then the orb just floats off and disappears. Like that collection of events makes me go, that's weird. That's strange. Because I had something that I experienced. Connie and Chris were coming through, and it was relative to what was happening. We didn't realize it at the time, I don't think. And then that lady saying about feeling like her husband was there, and then I seen the shadow. It was just weird how everything kind of come together. But and yet I still sit here and go, I don't know about the paranormal. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty crazy. It doesn't open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been a skeptic?
I don't know.
You don't know that if you've ever been a skeptic?
I don't know. No, because I got to the point where, like, my dad used to show us a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And, like, when he believed in it, like, he believed in it. Like, which always made me believe, like, what he had to say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, growing up with a dad that did the paranormal investigations and stuff like that, I probably would say no.
I'm too inquisitive about things, I think. Curiosity kills the cat, right? The cat was my enjoyment for the thrill of it, and the curiosity of the existence has killed it. Because I now believe that. Why? I don't know what I believe. I don't know. That's a sucky place to kind of be into. Is I don't know what to believe.
No, I know. I got that feeling sometimes.
I think that there are things that happen paranormally that are a lot more rare than what people already experience. I think some stories are just blown out of proportion, and maybe, like I said, remember about being in the moment and having a clearer mind whenever I'm with somebody else versus if I'm alone and I have that paranoia kind of setting in. That could be a lot of the situations where people share their stories. Maybe they were in that state of paranoia, that fight or flight mode, and they misidentified or misunderstood or misread whatever was happening. So they formed their own story from their perspective.
I know, definitely. I can see that happening. But I think a lot of the people that we've talked to is pretty genuine with their story.
Yeah. You know what sucks is that I kind of enjoy this conversation, but I kind of hate it at the same time. Because it's like it's making me realize that I'm so unsure about things. Like I lean mostly toward non-believer in most cases, but there's such a large part of me that wants to believe it, but I can't because I've not experienced anything that can anchor me in that belief.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, I'm knocking all stuff down on my desk. Luke's back.
I'm back.
He's back. He's back.
Guess who's back? Back in.
Luke is back with his friend. Luke is back. Luke is back. Luke is back. Okay, I'm done. See what you did? See what you started?
You started it.
Yeah, so if you guys have had an experience and would like to be on the show, reach out to us at exploringtheunknownpod@outlook.com, or you can call our hotline. It is 412-533-3483, and you can leave a voicemail with your story.
Yes.
I really hope somebody does that someday, because like that would be really cool, you know.
Yeah, it would be.
I'm gonna just put this out there. If you call in and leave your story and it airs on the podcast, I'll give you a free T-shirt.
I was gonna say that, but I want to step on your toes.
Well, speaking of T-shirts, we do have 10% off on all of our Exploring the Unknown merch at exploringtheunknownpod.com. If you sign up, you can save 10% on your next purchase. And we need to update some of those graphic tees. I know we do have some designs that aren't on there yet, so keep an eye out for that, and we'll get that up there for you.
Also, if you're on TikTok, it's on TikTok shop.
Yes, TikTok shop. But I ain't got nothing else for this.
Neither do I.
I like this episode, but I also didn't, because it was too real for me.
I don't like it because it's too noisy.
Oh, I didn't hear too much noise. It just made me like realize, like, just how upsetting it is for me to just not be, one way or the other, and still
One
day, maybe, hopefully, I don't know. I explain everything away, so.
I mean, that could be a good thing though too.
Yeah, but it might also be a bad thing. I don't know. I'll ask my therapist.
It's always good to have a little skeptic.
Yeah, I'm your skeptic. Alrighty, guys.
Till next time.
Keep exploring the unknown.
We suck at that.